Well, this video is going to make a lot of people upset. I'm sure you're going to tell me about it in the comments. Because it has to do with the Chime prepaid card, aka the credit builder. So a young lady coming to the dealership, she was very proud that she had a 708 credit score. She wanted to purchase this Cadillac Escalade. Very nice, right? You see, it does build your credit, and it does build your credit score. But what it typically does for you is it builds you a thin credit profile. It really does not prove to a bank that you can make any other payments other than something that's $25 a month. It certainly doesn't prove that you can handle a $1,000 Cadillac Escalade payment.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is M.X. I'm back again with another video. As you can see, you probably already seen this video before. This is this guy mentioned some information. He said a girl came into his dealership. She had a 700 credit score with a Chime credit builder card. So he was saying that she couldn't get it approved because it doesn't show the bank that she's able to make a high enough payment. So here's the deal. Remember when I told you about these people, these credit repair companies talking about they can wipe everything off and give you a high score? If you have a thin credit file, you cannot get approved for certain things. Now, let me be clear on this. When it comes down to vehicles, you have to make the money, okay? There's also a lot of other factors. There's one, what does your credit look like? You know, how many accounts do you have? You know, if you had a credit card maybe 1 year, that may not be sufficient enough. The income is another thing. So there's a lot of variety of factors. So in this case, when you go buy an expensive car, it's technically going to be up to the bank's discretion whether they could give you the loan or not. Your credit, yes, is going to play a part. But like I said before, if you don't have sufficient history, it's going to be hard to get approved for an expensive car like that. Now, maybe for something small. Maybe she don't have no car credit. 9 times out of 10, when people don't have any car credit, they start off with a lower car payment. You feel what I'm saying? So let's say you start off with a Toyota Corolla and you made the payments on time for 24 months or 3 years. Now you could take that Toyota and trade in and go get that Escalade. You could get a lease on it. But at the same time, you want to make sure you make enough money. Sometimes when you have a higher credit score and one credit card, it's not going to be sufficient enough for somebody to give you $50,000 or $60,000. So I just proved right there the Chime credit builder card works. But keep in mind, when it comes to real expensive things like a truck outright, you have to build some history. So like I said, everything I'm telling you, you guys are, if you're rebuilding, you are in preseason mode. You have to put some time in that credit, maybe more. If you got the current account, you got 2 or 3 accounts over time. You know, like some people may have 3 credit cards. So if you put 1 year on each of those cards, that's 36 payments. So that's 3 years, you know. The bank wanna see consistent payment history on time. If you don't have a car loan, you have to start somewhere. You got to get car credit. That's the same thing with a car, you know. If you paid off 1 car or 2 cars, you know, then it would be easy. So let me give you an example. In my experience, I can say someone I knew had some good credit. They had an old car, but they was in the process of buying a house. After the person bought the house and had the house for 1 year, a house is more than a car. But if you have a house and you're making payments, but most important, a good job, and the money is sufficient, yes, you could get approved. But you have to have a good payment history because the bank want to see how much money you can handle. If you can handle payments of 100,000, you'll walk in that dealership and just lease that Cadillac easily. You'll just make the first month payment and that'll be it. And anything after that, once you get the car, you just got to make your payments on time. That's it. And because you basically building a relationship. So that proves, like I said before, when you rebuilding your credit, you have to get some history under your belts for other banks and other institutions to consider you for certain purchases, because they want to make sure they could trust you with the money. And that's good she got one account for now, because now that means she's starting out, but whatever she's looking for is too much of a car payment for her. She may not make enough money. So they may find her another car that's more affordable for her to start out with. And then after she maintain that car for about 2 or 3 years, plus using her Chime Credit Builder card and build her credit up more, then she could go trade in and get that Escalade. So I don't want you people to be discouraged or feel that you can't get something. You could get something, but there's just ways that you have to go about getting, and there's certain things that have to be in place before you go make that type of a purchase, because that's a big purchase. So, you have to have car credit. Credit cards and car credit is two different things. At the end of the day, most important, you have to make sure you have a good job and you have to make more than a vehicle. If you could prove to the bank that you got a good payment history and you make more than the bank, most likely they will give you a car similar to that, or they may work out a deal that could work for you in your situation. But other than that, don't be distracted. Keep paying your bills on time. And most of all, just be consistent and don't be late. And also make sure you don't have no negatives, because in this video, it could have been a lot of other things that could have been going on. But he said then file. So that means she's just starting out. And sometimes people may think, oh, they're going to wipe everything off my credit. I got a 700 score. I'm going to get this in. No, it don't work like that. Because at the end of the day, you have to make a certain amount of money to show the banks that you could afford it. And plus, you have the history to back it up. And if not, they may require a large, hefty down payment. So what I'm saying is take your time. Don't be greedy. Build up your credit slowly. It don't happen overnight. It takes time. But eventually, like I said, there's a lot of things going on in the world. When things come back to normal, just keep everything simple. Simple stuff. Buy simple things you could afford. Stay in your lane. Don't go out and do something that is just outrageous. It don't make no sense. Just take your time. If you put in the work and you take your time, guess what? The results will come. I'm M.X.D.Z. signing out. I'll see you in the next video. Share the video, like the video, and don't forget, subscribe to the channel. God bless everyone, and don't forget, say your prayers, pay your bills in full and on time. See you in the next video.